Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have a new installation video for the new trail swing. Whether or not it's a standard unit or an HD unit, you guys all get the same reward. We've upgraded and listened to you guys for the last 5 years with a full backplate, full billet wedge, and a full billet bar stock that makes us the #1 in the industry. So if you've got a simple 3/4 inch wrench, a 5/32 millimeter, a Phillips head screwdriver, or 10 millimeter wrench, you can install these units in minutes and be out on the road. I'm gonna throw it over here to David. He's gonna take you through this installation video and show you guys step by step how to install these in your car.
Hey guys, welcome to the DirtCom Trail Swing installation video. Today we're going to be showing you how to go from this to this. We're going to be going over the unboxing and installing of the trail swing on your rig. We'll also cover how to install many more popular accessories that you're going to want with it. So let's dive in. Before you get started installing your trail swing, you'll need two 19mm socket wrenches, one 4mm or 5/32 Allen head, one 10mm wrench, and a 19mm or 3/4 ratchet. You're also going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. There's nothing better than taking your new trail swing out for a spin, but it's also pretty fun to take it out of the box. When you first open it up, you may see a few boxes on top. If you ordered accessories, they'll be included in there. You'll have a square box inside, and this will contain all of the hardware required to install your trail swing. Inside your box, you're going to find the tire mount to mount on your tire. You'll also find a small box that contains a height adjustable bolt-on resting pad. You'll have the key for your wheel locks, and we've included 3 spline lug nuts so you don't have to shop for them separately. You'll also find 4 button head bolts, 4 nuts, 8 washers, and 2 long screws for your license plate bracket. We'll come back to all of these items later on in the video. It's a good idea to get some help also when you're pulling the trail swing out of the box. Having a 2x4 block at the ready will also come in handy because when you put the trail swing on the ground, it needs something to hold it upright. Whether you're installing the standard trail swing or the HD trail swing, the process is going to be exactly the same. Using a 19mm or 3/4 tool, you're going to loosen the bolt at the end of the bar stock so that the wedge can relax and sit lower than the surface of the main bar stock. Now you're ready to slide the trail swing into your hitch. While other carriers carry anti-wobble systems, the trail swing allows you to tighten your wedge with the hitch pin in place, which saves the time and ensuring you have a good tight fit. You also won't need an extremely long extension to reach the head of the bolt like you would in competing products. Line up the holes so that you can slide a standard 5/8 hitch pin or a locking hitch pin into your tow hitch. The trail swing uses precision holes to avoid a lot of unnecessary clanking noises while you're on the trail. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but that's perfect when you're towing. You may have to rock the trail swing back and forth to get it into the hitch correctly and make sure the pin can go all the way through. Now you want to grab your 19mm or 3/4 ratchet socket wrench and tighten up the wedge system. Pull upon the trail swing when you tighten the wedge as well, so that way the weight of the trail swing isn't all on the nut. It'll make it a little bit easier to tighten it fully. When you get to the point where the nut feels tight, do a check by walking around and giving each side of the trail swing a tug, and you'll notice if it's loose or if it wiggles, it means it's not tight enough. Go back down and tighten some more until the trail swing's fully tightened. The trail swing features a stainless steel safety pin that's going to keep your trail swing securely locked on the trail. It also has its own bottle opener. Pull out the pin and let the lanyard dangle. Pull the handle to release the latch and verify that the U-bolt is free of the hook, and then push the handle back to the closed position. Now the tire carrier can be swung open. Closing the trail swing is as easy as the following. With the handle still in the closed position, swing the tire carrier closed, pull the handle to guide the U-bolt back to the hook, and then push the handle back to the closed position to lock the latch. Be sure to reinsert your safety pin before driving away. An automatic latch is built into the pivot point to prevent the swing from opening and extending when you're not parked on a level ground. We have our locking spring pin and our stainless collar. So in the position it's in, there's no pin in the middle. So it's not going to catch any of these 3 positions. But when you put this into its locking position, now when you open it all the way, it's going to catch those 3 positions to prevent it from opening further on the trail. So if you pull this back, move to the next one, it's going to lock in the next position as well. Put it back in free swing and it won't catch any of them. first thing that we recommend installing is the height adjustable resting pad. This helps hold the weight of the trail swing while it's closed. This piece bolts onto the area of the trail swing with the 2 slotted holes. Insert the button head bolts along with 2 washers through the resting pad and then through the slotted holes. Add 2 washers and 2 nuts to the back side of the trail swing and finger tighten them. Using a 4mm Allen wrench and a 10mm on the back, you're going to snug it up, but don't tighten it at this point, because the goal is to just adjust it to the height of the trail swing arm. The next step is to close the trail swing arm and see where it rests. Lift up on the resting pad until it makes firm contact with the bottom of the arm. When you have all of your gear and your tire on already, you're going to go ahead and close this, and you're going to adjust this to the height of it. Right now, there's still space because there's no weight on it at all, so we're just going to go ahead and tighten it all the way to the top. Next, I'm going to be demonstrating how to set up your license plate frame. All you're going to need is your 10mm wrench and your Phillips head screwdriver, and you're going to use the hardware out of your kit. It's these 2 longer bolts with 4 washers and 2 nuts, and these 4 smaller bolts with 4 washers and a nut on each. The license plate bracket has slotted holes to allow you to make a good fit according to your vehicle. For most vehicles, you'll be able to center the bracket or keep it close to the hinge. While holding the bracket, slide the 2 long Phillips head bolts and washers from your hardware bag through the backside of the trail swing arm and adjust through the bracket. Add washers and 10mm nuts to the front side and finger tighten them. To adjust the placement of the license plate bracket, start by opening the trail swing approximately to the 3rd auto latch position so that it can be all the way clear of your hatch or tailgate. Then to adjust it, we say you open your unit all the way and you're going to drop your tailgate or open your hatch so you can see how much clearance you need for this license plate, because it's fully adjustable side to side. But for this sake, we're just going to put it in the center for demonstration. Once you have it where it's out of the way, tighten the nuts using a 10mm wrench and a Phillips head screwdriver. So I just lightly tightened it so I can still adjust it if I need to. We're going to go up here to this top one and tighten this one as well. 10mm in the front, Phillips head in the back. And now before fully tightening, I like to go beneath it, and I like to make sure that my license plate is level. It can move up and down, so you want it to be as level with this part of your fixed arm as possible. Once I'm happy and it's level, and I think the clearance on the tailgate and the hatch are good, I'm going to go ahead and fully tighten. Now you can attach your license plate using the included button head bolts, washers, and nuts. For all 4 corners, you're going to take the button head and the washer, go through the front, and your plate's going to be behind this, and you put another washer and a nut on the back. Four millimeter to the front, your license plate's in between, and you can use your 10mm on the back. Go ahead and tighten these. And just like that, your license plate's completely mounted to your swing arm on your trail swing. So right here, we have our negative wire for your license plate and your positive wire. We have found that the simplest way to do this is by using a 4-pin trailer side tow harness, or you can tap in any kind of power or ground. You can pick one up at your local hardware store or from Amazon at any desired length. This is the best plug-and-play solution because most vehicles, especially modern ones, will have a 4-pin or a 7-pin. So you can plug that wire directly into your 4-pin and connect the wire to the license plate frame using the white and brown wire on the harness. We built an additional grommet into the base of the trail swing to accommodate the cable and keep the cables hidden and not sagging. You'll want to open your trail swing to the 180-degree position before wiring, as this is the furthest distance your cable will be from the grommet. This will allow you to have enough slack to get to your license plate. In this section of the video, we'll show you how to attach the tire mount, whether by itself or with the addition of a trail bracket, which is our most popular accessory. Before you begin, determine where you'd like to position your tire mount. If you have a 29-inch tire, we recommend using the second set of holes from the top. Smaller vehicles like Subarus are going to like this position. For a 31-inch or larger tire, we recommend using the top position. If you're not adding on the trail bracket accessory at this point, you can bolt the tire mount right onto the trail swing arm. But we'll show you how to do both and attach the tire mount with the trail bracket at the same time. Our most popular accessory is the trail bracket. This is what mounts roto packs onto the side and back of your tire. It looks really cool and is also very useful. So we have these 4 grade 8 bolts with 4 washers and 4 nuts. These are going to be what hold your tire mount in place, sitting on your swing. Trail bracket's going to go up here. Put a bolt in, put another bolt in. Now we'll attach the tire mount. Get a friend to help or bring your arm underneath the trail bracket in order to take the weight off the bolts, giving them room to adjust. Now I can put in the other 2 bolts to hold it in place. We're just going to go ahead and put the nut on each one of these bolts, finger tight. Take your time and thread the bolts into the tire mount one at a time, making sure to get them finger tight before letting it go. I like to tighten one of them so that way I can see if my trail bracket's straight or not. Lifting and holding the trail bracket up past the vertical position is advisable so that your roto packs won't sag once everything is added on later. Slide it out for a bigger wheel, it's already out, and finish tightening. Once everything is in the proper position, use a 19mm socket wrench to tighten everything to 65 foot-pounds of pressure. And that's all there is to it. At this point, your tire mount or tire mount and trail bracket should be properly installed and ready for use. After you've got all of your accessories installed, the last thing is to put the tire on. The trail swing comes with all the hardware you need to mount your tire. Any 5-lug or 6-lug wheel will fit into the tire mount. Though the tire mount has a single M12 stud, to make it much easier to line up when lifting a tire, we recommend getting help from a friend to lift the tire. Lift the tire up with your knee or with assistance and tighten it snug. Install the remaining lug nuts by feeding the bolts in from the back of the tire mount and the tire and attaching the nuts on the front side. We're going to do this without the tire just to demonstrate, but this is your stud. It's going to go through the back. We built in a locking plate that will hold the head of the bolts in place. And then you're going to take your lug nut and put it on. Holds in place. And this is your lug nut key that's going to come with every unit so that way you could tighten these lugs fully. Use your 19mm socket wrench to fully tighten the lug nuts into the bolts. Now we're all set and ready to hit the trails. Let's go over some of the features of the trail swing. With the accessory bracket, you have the ability to mount roto packs to the side and back. You can also add a drop-down table. The trail swing also comes with a license plate bracket and an LED light. And if you choose to add on an accessory hitch as well, you can mount your bike rack and allow for plenty of other different parts to be added onto your trail swing. We constructed the trail swing using a 1.5-inch chromoly tubing, which is the same material used as in building race cars. It's strong enough to be compact and lightweight for small vehicles and CUVs, but also strong enough for 4Runners, Tacomas, and other mid-size SUVs. One really special thing about the trail swing is that it's designed to be fully rebuildable. The stainless plate at the bottom of your hinge is also bolt-on, so you can actually pop that out and replace it. The resting pad is height adjustable and replaceable. When the bearings wear out, they're replaceable. There's also a greasable zerk fitting. All of the rubber bushings are also replaceable. But when you're seriously rock crawling, scraping can occur, and it's better to have the ability to replace small parts over time to keep your trail swing in good condition and working order. That's why we're very confident to offer a limited lifetime warranty. Another unique feature has to do with the mounting holes along the base of the trail swing. Not only do they mount standard universal cameras, but it's also hiding a secret message in plain sight. There's Morse code for USA, TS for trail swing, and DC for DIRTCOM. We're proud of where our products are made, and we're happy to show that off. The main reason we confidently named the product the trail swing is because of the departure angle and the practical use in rugged terrain. Not only does the entire arm sit high up on the bumper, but coming out of the tow hitch, you have a much better departure angle compared to other competing products. Some of the other versions out there you can see will stick straight out, which by definition will ruin your departure angle. We reinforce our hitch collar as well, which will help with longevity over time. Most single hitches that we've seen on OEM vehicles and aftermarket companies have this reinforcement collar because they know that over time this will open up and start to crack. We've tested this through SAE tow rating standards and are confident in calling this a Class 4 rating. We have our company logo proudly displayed on each stainless plate. Each unit has a unique serial number displayed on the back that identifies your trail swing. That way we know who made it, when it was made, and that's how we're able to offer you a lifetime warranty. Hey guys, really appreciate you checking out this install of the trail swing, and we hope to see you all out there on the trails. Whether you own a midsize or full-size truck, the trail swing is made for your vehicle. Come check us out at trailswing.com or visit us at Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube at Dirt Complex. Thank you for watching, be safe on the trails, and we'll see you out there.